They want their brother all to themselves. But why? What really happened? Come with me, let's find out together. Hey guys, welcome to today's movie that will captivate you. It's full of drama, laughter, and of course, life lessons. I'm sure you don't want to miss this one. So, hurry now and subscribe to this channel for more amazing movies coming your way. Go now. Click that subscribe button before it's too late. The story begins with a young, handsome guy named Fola, who was seen walking angrily to warn a man who had slapped his sister. After that, they left. Back at home, Fola was furious, while his two younger sisters, Anu and Ife, felt ashamed of the way people in the street were looking at them. But Fola assured them he would never allow anyone to mess with them. The next day, they were all in the living room, chatting happily as one big family. The following morning, Anu was in the kitchen making breakfast when Ife came in and greeted her. They began chatting about the love their brother had been showing them and how they planned to repay him. Fola soon came in to see what they were cooking. After a brief conversation, they told him to sit down while they served him. He left with a smile. The next day, Ife returned from lectures looking moody, almost in tears. When Fola noticed, he called her over to ask what was wrong. She told him her classmates had insulted her, saying she was a nobody who could only afford cornrows instead of a wig. Fola consoled her and encouraged her to ignore them. The next evening, Ife was in the living room preparing for her exams when Fola surprised her with human hair for school. She was so excited as she admired the wig. The following day, Anu was in the living room when Ife returned from lectures. As Ife was about to go inside, Anu noticed the wig and asked for an explanation. Ife told her that Fola had bought it for her. Shocked, Anu called Fola to confirm it, and though surprised, he admitted it. 2 days later, Fola was in the living room with his sisters, counting money to give them for upkeep and groceries. They thanked him. Later that day, they all went out for a stroll. During their walk, Fola met his ex, who mocked him before leaving. Back at home, while Ife and Anu were chatting, Fola seemed lost in thought. They asked what was wrong, and he explained how bad he felt about what his ex had said. They encouraged him, and they continued their movie night together. The next day, Anu and Ife were in the kitchen, discussing how to find Fola a girlfriend. The following day, Anu and Ife visited their friend Ruth, dressed her up, and instructed her on what to do. Later that evening, Ruth was at Anu's house when Fola walked in. Seeing her alone, they chatted briefly about where the others were. Ruth tried to get close to him, but he quickly set boundaries and ignored her. That same night, while Anu was plaiting Ife's hair, Fola confronted them. He told them he knew they had been involved in what happened earlier and warned them not to try it again. Afterwards, Anu and Ife went to their room, but they refused to listen to Fola's warning. Ife then suggested another plan she thought would work. 2 days later, on his way to work, Fola met a lady named Moyo, whom he had seen before. She tried to get his contact, but he refused. The next day, while Fola and his sisters were watching a movie, there was a knock at the door. Anu opened it, and to her surprise, it was Moyo. Immediately, Anu and Ife excused themselves, leaving Moyo and Fola alone. Moyo tried to make him fall for her, but Fola got upset and asked her to leave. Anu and Ife, who had planned it, were not happy. That same day, Ife met Anu in the kitchen, suggesting they stop their schemes. But Anu insisted they involve Ife's friend next. 2 days later, Ife went to a baby shop to get something for a friend who had just given birth. The shopkeeper told her to return later for her purchase. Back at home, Ife told Anu the news about their pregnant friend, Gloria. Anu was surprised. 2 days later, Ife returned to the shop to collect her items, but while leaving, she forgot her phone. Chioma, who saw it, was worried. Thankfully, she had Ife's address. But what happens when Chioma shows up at their door? Will it change everything? That night, Chioma came to return Ife's phone. While she was still chatting with Anu, Fola walked in and Anu introduced him to Chioma. Shortly after, Chioma left, but Fola couldn't help glancing back, even when Anu took his bag inside. Weeks later, Ife was in her room when she called Chioma, pretending her phone had been having issues since the day she returned it. She asked Chioma to come over so she could help choose what she wanted to buy. Although Chioma wasn't too comfortable with the idea, she still agreed because of her business. That night, Chioma arrived at Ife's house, but was surprised to see everyone there. While she tried to quickly handle what she came for, Ife insisted she join them for their movie night. Chioma initially refused, but they kept persuading her until she agreed. An hour later, they all got emotional watching the movie. Afterwards, Anu and Ife pleaded with Fola to drop Chioma off. Instead, he ordered a ride for her and took her number. Back inside, Fola called Chioma to check on her. Days later, Chioma was on her way home when she and Fola met again. He decided to start picking her up and dropping her off whenever she was going to or coming from work. Later that day, she got into his car and he drove her home. That night, Fola was seen chatting happily with Chioma over the phone, smiling from ear to ear. Anu noticed and was happy for him. The next day, Fola visited Chioma's shop to give her lunch. When he was about to leave, she insisted he stay with her a little longer. The following morning, Anu brought tea to Ife as they chatted about Fola's recent outings and constant phone calls, assuming he had found love. Afterwards, they went to Fola to confirm their suspicion, and it turned out to be true. They were both happy. The next day at Chioma's shop, Fola was there with her. They chatted and enjoyed some Cold Stone ice cream together. A day later, they were seen talking as they walked down the street. Back at the shop, Fola helped Chioma arrange some baby products. Later that evening, Fola went to pick Chioma from work and invited her to spend the weekend with him. She agreed, and they both left together. 2 nights later, while Anu and Ife were watching a movie, Fola told them Chioma would be spending the weekend at their house. They were excited. The next morning, Chioma was already in the kitchen making breakfast when Anu walked in, surprised to see her cooking. Though Anu felt a bit jealous, Fola reassured her that no one was taking her place as the main cook. He allowed them to continue cooking together. After breakfast was served, Fola couldn't stop praising the meal. That night, Chioma and Fola planned to go for a walk. Anu and Ife wanted to join, but Fola told them to stay back since he wanted to spend time alone with Chioma. This left them both surprised. That same night, Anu and Ife waited for Fola to return, but eventually fell asleep. When he came back, he watched a movie with Chioma, which didn't sit well with his sisters. Later, in Fola's room, Chioma was packing her things to leave. The next morning, she called Anu and Ife to say goodbye before heading out. The following night, Anu and Ife were watching a movie when Fola came home late. They were upset, but he apologized. A week later, Fola came back home, and Anu told him food was ready, but he had already eaten at Chioma's place. The next day, Chioma was on the phone with her mother, who requested $150,000 for her cousin's surgery. Chioma became worried. Even while Fola was talking to her, she seemed moody until he asked what was wrong. She explained, and he decided to help her. That same day, Anu and Ife went for a walk and met their friend, who told Anu that registration for her coding class would close the next day. Back home, Anu brought the matter to Fola, but he told her to postpone it since he had already promised to help Chioma. Anu became upset, and she and Ife went to their room. That night, Anu and Ife confronted Fola, asking him to break up with Chioma because they felt they could no longer have his attention. But Fola explained and made it clear that he couldn't do that. Anu, disappointed, walked away to her room. The next day, Anu went to Chioma to pour out her hurt and also asked her to leave her brother. This deeply pained Chioma. When Fola came to see her, she demanded space from him. Fola returned home, clearly upset with Anu. Later in the room, Ife made Anu understand that Fola truly loved them, but now he also needed someone to love him back. She explained that they needed to accept this. The following day, Anu and Ife were in the living room chatting when Fola arrived. They both welcomed him, but he ignored them. A few moments later, they called him to let him know dinner was served, but again, he ignored them and went outside. The same thing happened the next day, but this time, Anu and Ife were already feeling guilty and didn't want to lose their brother. They came up with an idea to get his attention. Ife pretended to hurt her leg so that Fola would come out, which he did. But he was upset with them, and as he was about to go inside, Anu stopped him. She apologized and admitted she had been wrong. Afterwards, both sisters apologized to him, but Fola still refused to forgive them because they had, in his words, taken away his happiness. To make things right, Anu brought Chioma back to him. This made Fola overjoyed. They reconciled and embraced each other, along with Anu and Ife. They all resolved to live in peace and love. The moral lesson of this movie is, learn to respect the happiness of those you love. Sometimes, caring for someone means letting them find joy outside of you. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe for more captivating movies like this from us. See you next time. Bye.